All right, welcome back, F1 Manager Nation. This is a legend with a new video. Apologize for the delay in downloads, but I was busy taking care of some stuff that I needed to take care of the past few days. So now that I am free, here's today's video. Okay, so I'm finding that the exotic strategies where you're going full power one lap, low power the next, full power, kind of doesn't matter. You can just stick to basically your tire wear. So if you're new to the game, what you're going to do is you're going to look at when you're setting up the race, you're going to look at the tire wear. And if you can get a one-stop strategy without having to slow down to low power, then that's the strategy that you should run. So meaning, if you have to go 3 laps on hard tires, medium power, then 3 laps on hard tires, medium power, then 1 or 2 laps on softs, high power, that will work normally. The key to this game, if you want to have fun, is going to be your matchmaking, which you're going to have to control. So if you are just starting the game, just know that this is my legendary account. So when I started, I had these CC points, and I used my CC points to purchase Max Verstappen and Lance Stroll. If you go back in my other videos, when I was doing this without my legendary account, I came across Lance Stroll and I found out he was a pretty good driver. So on this account, I chose to use him. But those are the two drivers that I pretty much used this whole time. I mean, when I first started, I was using Latifi and Giovinazzi, and then I switched up and used the other 2 drivers. But as you can see, I have not upgraded anyone else. I just got Sergio Perez this morning. So when you go and you try and upgrade Nicholas Latifi, see all those 2s and that 1? That's the difference between a poor driver and a good driver. When you upgrade a good driver, you're getting like 3s and 4s, maybe a 5. So you're going to find, if you are using these drivers, Latifi and Russell are pretty good because of their tire management. They have the highest tire management out of any of the low-class drivers down here. And the tire management is what's going to get you to a one-stop strategy where you don't have to slow down quicker. Okay, if you're starting, the game is going to give you parts to begin with. So when you first start, I think it's going to give you the gecko. And then it's going to give you the engager. It's going to give you the phaser. You're going to get the lock-on. You're going to get the compressor. And I actually got the Gorilla first, I believe, was the first one I got. So the Gorilla's pretty good engine. It's going to be better than any of these other engines for quite a while. So when you first start your car parts, that you get are going to be the gecko, the engager, the phaser, the lock-on, the compressor, and the gorilla. And you're going to rock Series 1. This is how I did it. Some other people are saying you can go up in series as quickly as possible. But how I did it is I stayed in Series 1 until I got the gecko to level 3, the engager to level 4, the phaser to level 4, the lock-on to level 3, and the compressor to level 4, and the gorilla to level 3. Okay, at that point I moved up to Series 2, and I grinded in Series 2 until the gecko was level 4, the engager was still level 4, the phaser was level 5, the big bite, I was able to upgrade that to level 2, the compressor was level 5, and the gorilla was level 4. Okay? Now, oops, wrong one. So that was Series 1 races and Series 2 races. And I probably grinded those for 2 days. 1 day on Series 1, maybe 3 days, and like 2 days on Series 2. I did a lot of grinding. I wasn't getting much coins, but I wasn't losing races. And basically what I was doing was starting a race and watching to see how many flags and how far progressed my opponent's going to be. If you look underneath my picture, there's those 3 tabs. You see how all 3 of them are grayed out. You see how his Canada is lit up. So if I came across anybody when I was in the rookie class, if I came across anybody that had any of those lit up, or if they qualified, or if they were a finalist, or if they were a top 10, I would back out of that race and try and find somebody who had about the same flags as me. Okay? When you start at Series 1, you shouldn't race anybody that has more than 21 flags, or more than 20 flags. Because if they have more than 20 flags, that means they've already gone up to Series 2. So they're going to be receiving Series 2 assets in the crates. So when they get a race crate, it's going to be a Series 2 race crate. So you want to avoid that. And once you get those parts to where I said, then you can move up and your car will be competitive at this level. And you're going to want to do the same thing, avoiding more advanced players. And when you get your parts up to that level and you have all the flags filled up, and this is the reason why I did it this way. If you look on the Series 3, Series 3 is really hard because when you first start the game, you don't have drivers that are good on a wet track, and it rains all the time. So your drivers are always going to be finishing in the 20s, which is going to make it hard for you to get race points and get race crates. So if you notice, I had 68 flags, which I could get into Series 3. I went into Series 3, I raced twice. I was able to win both races, and then I could move up to Series 4. So that's the only reason why I would get all the flags in the first 2 series. You might not have to grind for 2 days the way I did, especially if you're avoiding better competition, because when I was grinding, I was not avoiding better competition. I kind of figured that out late in grinding on Series 2. But once I got up to Series 4, didn't take me that long to get the flags. Series 5 didn't take me that long, and now I'm at Series 6. So we're going to jump into a Series 6 race. Flags are even. Everything on his is grayed out. So this is a long track. Your soft tires are probably going to get 1 to 2 laps. Maybe 2. If it gets 2 to 3, that's pretty good. But I don't think I'll be able to do a one-stop strategy on this one. Yeah, this is going to be a really weird race. Okay, so when you're racing, if you can get in front, you can kind of control the race from there. Again, you want to avoid low power. There is one instance where you'll use low power, and that's if you're going to go 3 laps on medium power on hard tires. You can substitute 3 laps. Like if his soft tires said 2 to 3 laps, I would be able to substitute and go 3 laps on soft tires on low power, and that equals 3 laps of hard tires on medium power. Your speed is about the same. So last season I was doing this same strategy, but it was on soft tires. But as you can see, it's kind of useless to do it with soft tires on, because or with hard tires on, because you don't gain any places. So you're better off just cruising on medium power. This screen right here is pretty useful. It lets you know who's ahead of you and what their tire status is. So Perez on soft tires could possibly pass Verstappen, but if anybody had hard tires, they're not going to be able to pass Verstappen. Alright, we're not going to go fast this time because we are going to save it for when we got soft tires on. And you're going to save it for your last 2 laps. So Verstappen's going to have a hard time making up positions. And Stroll's going to have a hard time too because he doesn't pass that many cars. So if you go medium power the whole race, you'll have 2 laps of fuel left, which means you can use those 2 laps to go high power for about 2.5 laps. Okay, so we are raining, which means my guys are going to qualify poorly. Okay. So it's not going to rain 3 to 4. So Verstappen's going to be a 3.32. And Lance Stroll's going to be a 4.4. Looks like they fixed that turn. That's why are you going backwards? So Stroll's cruising for another lap before he comes in. You can see Lance Stroll is making up most of his positions by other cars pitting ahead of him. It's funny how the cars lose grip faster on the straightaway than they do in the turns. I know I said don't use the green tab, but I'm going to try and stretch this because I have such a huge lead on my rival. But you notice he's losing spots, which is the main reason why I normally don't want to do this. I probably didn't need to give up that position, but you know, better safe than sorry. Alright, let's see what we get. Track is not 50% wet, so our tread is good. Our traction is still good. But right about now, our traction should fail. but we're surrounded. So yeah, you can see how number 8 is starting to pull away. Oh, I forgot to. I think I showed you my parts. I just didn't talk about them. Well, I showed you Series 1, Series 2. I told you about Series 1, Series 2. And then the parts that I have are pretty much the parts that I've been using as I moved up. As I could upgrade them, I've upgraded them. I don't have anything that if I upgrade it fully will be close. I did not want to do that. I did not want to do that. Fuck. Yeah, so anyway, I use the engager. Let me show you where that's at. I've been using the engager, and I was going to upgrade it. But then I got this in a platinum crate. And you can see everything else is the same. The only difference is I get +4 reliability. So I assigned that to the car. But you can see all the other parts are still the same. So you don't really have to worry about upgrading any other part. You can just focus on those parts, and you can see those parts have gotten me all the way up to series. What series is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm all the way up to series 6. It seems like once you get to series 5, the competition level kind of evens out. Man, it's going to take me a long time to get those $300 back. You know, let's give it a shot. So I think for Lance Stroll, I'm going to put his soft tire stint in the middle, because that's when he'll be able to pass cars in the pit stops. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, I should not have accepted this race, by the way. So this race I'm going to have a stacking issue because my drivers are too close. I won't be able to separate them. I'm already at the back of the field, which means Lance Stroll is going to be even more so at the back of the field. So I'm not going to waste my time with that race. I'd be starting lap 2 about now. Starting lap 3. So you'd be about halfway done with that first race. Still in a very much losing position. So the most important thing in this race is going to be nailing that transition between the wet and the dry. Dude, they just be doing some weird moves in this game. You just watch your drivers and you're like, why? fairness, this might be... Okay, so the track's not going to get dry. I was tempted to go low power and give him a lap to see the conditions. I'm glad I didn't, because I would have been stuck on a lap of low power, which would have pretty much given him the race. He's going for it now. So Lance Stroll is going to have a hard time passing himself. But you can see Verstappen passed Russell. And as long as Stroll can stay on Stroll's tail, Verstappen can pick up a couple more spots. The race will be mine. Okay, so that's my video for Series 1 up to Series 6. So if you are new to the game, I have one of my videos in my series, not that far back. I show you how to either start your Google Play account or erase your current Google Play account, which will allow you to start fresh. And if you start fresh, then you can follow my guide pretty much step by step. The time in between my videos is just me grinding, and I don't think you guys want to sit and watch that, which is why I'm keeping this video short as well. But yeah, you can see the strategy that I'm using, which is pretty basic. But the main tip to this game this season, more than anything else, is the matchmaking trick, where you don't allow the game to mismatch you with an opponent that you don't stand a chance. You saw the one race where I forfeited It's because I accepted somebody who was more advanced than me. He had already qualified for events, and I couldn't have qualified for an event because I was a rookie. So when you first start out and you're a rookie, that's what you want to avoid, is going up against somebody who's already qualified for an event, because that means that they are no longer a rookie. They are now a junior 1 or above. So if you're in the rookie class, you want to keep to your rookie class. Same thing with junior. And again, that's just by making sure, like, if you can't finish an event in the top 10, you don't want to race somebody who can finish an event in the top 10, because they're going to be more advanced than you. Excuse me. So anyway, that's today's video. Obviously, after I'm done with this video, I'm going to keep grinding, moving up, and whenever I get to a point where I am going to swap out a part or upgrade a part, or if I'm going to upgrade a driver or switch drivers, which I might do for Sergio Perez. But yeah, so if I make any changes to my team, I will download a video to show you guys that, as well as how far I am advanced through the game at that point that I make that change. But yeah, so as you can see now, I'm getting Series 6 crates, which is supposed to open up better assets. Alright, well, that's today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give me a like. If I earned it, please give me a subscription. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I will answer them. If I don't answer them, oftentimes I do have a session on the video where I do a question and answer session where I read you guys' questions and answer them. And yeah, so that's what you have to look forward to. Anyway, this is the end of today's video, and I will see you guys soon.